Dive into today's live, feel free to stop by bloggingfromparadise.com, where I share smart blogging tips through hundreds of blog posts. I also sell an online course for bloggers and an ebook for bloggers, in addition to selling 2 ebooks. They're not blogging tips related. One is for aspiring digital nomads if you want to live a life of traveling the world nonstop for years. The other is an inspirational read based on my journey from being security guard to world traveler. So you could find them under the store tab, ebooks tab, online course tab at bloggingfromparadise.com. The blogging tip for today, guys, is research. Before you create content, research to accumulate helpful, practical, relevant, timely, trustworthy, credible information to perform your due diligence. You take that information that you've acquired and create content in your voice in alignment with your brand, practical in nature, beneficial to your readers, so they can understand it, use it, apply it persistently, and benefit from. They use it to solve their problems. So you do your research, then you create your content based on that research in your voice. And that comes with practice, writing, creating. But it all starts with research. Now, what happens when you do not research? And when I say research, guys, I mean obtaining information from highly successful, professional bloggers with vast amounts of experience. So if you're a blogging tips blogger like myself, you'd be a jackass for not visiting bloggingparadise.com. That's a joke. Of course, there are other established blogging tips bloggers out there. The reason why I plug myself is I've been doing this for 16 years. So I have a lot of information on my blog, hundreds and hundreds of blog posts. If you're new to blogging, you will not have thought about hundreds of these topics because you're new. You don't know what you're doing. So you research. I have a fairly good idea of what's going on in the blogging tips niche because I've been covering that for 10 years and I've been blogging for 16. So you research from my blog, get information for how to comment generally on blogs, how to drive traffic, how to drive income, how to gain the highest quality backlinks. Perhaps you invest money in my course, one of my ebooks, my ebook for going full time. Then you learn. It's a fairly wise investment. Like one of my ebook customers mentioned via my Facebook group yesterday, or one of my many Facebook groups, invested in it when I shared my ebook, 7 Steps for Building a Full-Time Income Earning Blog. She said invested. She's let me know she digs the content. So after buying the book, she gained the content, did the research to inform herself. Now she can make a confident, clear decision when she creates content, when she goes on her path. If she's moving in the blogging tips niche, fine. But if you're a blogger, guys, it's really, really important to gain. I don't really read the comments on YouTube, just so you guys know. It's important to, in live, I don't, sorry. It's okay, but I'm just focusing on the topic, and I know a lot of the comments are really off topic, and that's okay. You guys could ask, but just, you know. YouTube, Facebook, I do read the comments, and also on LinkedIn as well. So, but of course, feel free to share. If you're willing to, and the reason why, guys, I'm seeing on YouTube, especially in live, most of it's spam. So when my topic is blogging tip of the day research, every single comment has to be specifically about that. And if it's not, it's spam because it's off topic and we're not going in that direction. So that's the only reason why. Love yous. We got to stay on topic here. And if you have any other comments and I don't answer them here, just visit my blog. Duh. That's the quickest way to do it. So, guys, research gives you the information to accurately convey to your readers. If you don't research from experienced professional bloggers, you're in trouble because in most cases, you're going to be recycling misinformation that leads to struggles and failure. So you'll see bloggers who have no idea what they're doing. They don't do their research. They don't do their thorough due diligence. The problem with this, if you're just looking at it very closely, is it's a scenario of the blind leading the blind. So let's look at, say, blog comment and sharing threads, which are absolute no-nos for 110 reasons, which I've covered many hundreds to thousands of times over my prior 10 years of being a blogging tips blogger. So if you don't do your research, you just come across some struggling blogger that says, join a comment and sharing thread. And you share that with other bloggers. And you say, hey, here's the kind, you're not getting research from, you're not researching from blogs run by experienced professional bloggers. You'll share that with other bloggers. They'll say, oh yeah, that's the way to go. That's how you get a lot of traffic, a lot of money. And then after 6 months of getting 2 people to 0 people to visit your blog every single day and making 0, not even a penny, $0, you'll say, oh my God, looks like it doesn't work. Or you know what? I'm going to push even harder. They told me it worked. So this scenario, the analogy is the blind leading the blind. Bloggers who have no idea what the hell they're doing, telling other bloggers, and they have no clue what they're doing, that this works beautifully, and other bloggers trusting it. They're not doing their research, not going to experienced professional bloggers, struggling, failing, and then almost everyone quits. The statistic, this is back in 2013, I believe. It hasn't changed much. If anything, it's gone down. It's that 82% of bloggers, and this is a long time ago, but it still holds true. I guarantee it. Probably less. It's probably 85% or 90% with the microwave mentality. Well, it's not the microwave concept. It's instant mentality now. Never make more than $100 for their entire online career. Whether it's 5 minutes, 5 years, 15 years, or 20 years. This is one of the prime reasons. No research. Or, just winging it. Or these bloggers do not research only from materials published by highly experienced, credible, professional bloggers who know exactly what it takes to succeed. So you got to research, guys, from experienced professionals. It's part of the process. You can't just blog about whatever is on your mind, because what the hell do you know? Blogging is a skill. A blog is an informational resource, not your word vomit based on your thought vomit. And I'm not saying that in condemning fashion, but in truthful fashion. I've come across so many thousands and thousands of blogs over my extensive career of individuals just sharing what's on their mind. And that's not what most readers are looking for, or virtually any reader. We're going to a blog to get a resource. When you search for a term on Google, or you look up something on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, you want credible, trusted information. When you come across a blog that happens to be an individual sharing all types of random thoughts, a jambalaya, they're all over the place. They're talking about all these topics. They have no topical authority in any of them. You're instantly going to leave the blog. And if you don't do the research, that's usually what you morph into. Thought vomit, word vomit, covering, I'm going to blog about what's on my mind. Whoa. When you do the research, like if you stop by my blog and you stop by bloggingfromparadise.com, just a few moment there, and you see, okay, you have to cover, you do some research on some of my posts, or maybe buy an ebook, buy a course. You gain an understanding that you want to specialize in one niche. Do your due diligence, learn about that niche inside out from professionals, practice writing. You'll see, wow, blogging actually has a lot of moving parts. So then if you're a Blogging Tips blogger, instead of just saying, oh, join commenting and sharing threads and blog about any topic under the sun or whatever's on your mind, you're going to say, whoa, I learned from this Ryan Bidoff guy here at bloggingparadise.com that you got to pick one niche to be a trusted specialist, because a jack of all trades masters none. So it's going to move you in a different direction. And you know what? Readers will perceive you in a more credible light based on your content, which is based on your research, because you're covering topics that make sense. A jack of all trades, masters none. The world trusts specialists, not generalists. You do not go to a doctor who also runs 700 other businesses, who also is runs a daycare business and a pet sitting business and runs a Chinese food restaurant. It sounds so silly, literally insane in the offline world. Then you hop into the online world and bloggers do the same insane thing. So when you publish content along these lines, the world, which generally sticks to some pretty timeless business fundamentals, will say, yeah, that makes sense. And you learn that sensible, logical business and blogging knowledge by researching my blog. And I had to research successful bloggers for a very long time. So you got to do your due diligence before writing, which will give you greater confidence, greater clarity, a greater sense of direction, greater sense of focus, and it'll accelerate your success. So that's it for today, guys. We're 12 minutes in. I think that's good for today. Research, put in the time. For each blog post, 20 minutes, half hour. You don't have to sit there for hours on end. It's probably not going to be 5 minutes in most cases. The cool thing is, guys, the more research you do, the more experience you gain, the more writing, the more you learn through observation as well. Eventually, you will reach a point where you will still do your research, yet so much of your research will be up here. So you could just write a blog post because you have all the experience. You've studied these lessons. You've allowed them to seep into your unconscious. It's all the stuff you've picked up over the years goes right here into your quote unquote brain box. So that's when the research becomes much more permanent. And then you will naturally, organically be able to write posts. It still might take you an hour or two, but you're not going to sit there researching for a half hour, 45 minutes, or an hour on most topics, because it'll be up here based on the thousands of hours of creating, connecting, experience, observation, and yes, a lot of research you've done over the years. So it's another chief benefit, guys. It's really the way to go. So that's it for today, guys. Hey, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, Howard. Greetings from a bit north, lovely North Carolina. Stop by bloggingfromparadise.com, guys, where I sell an online course and ebooks for bloggers. Got hundreds of blog posts filled with smart blogging tips for your research. Hey, bro. 15 minutes in about, so we're going to roll back to work, back to the alleged grind. But you guys know I love this. Likewise, my friend. So until next time, you know what to do. I'll see you guys later on YouTube. See you guys later on